And we are back here. Mythic and MIBR squaring off, and it's gone all the way. It's gone the distance to Ancient after the stomping on Overpass. This is not what we expected. But now MIBR are going to have to do things the hard way. Mythic are starting on the C side of Ancient. Excellent opportunity here for the Mythic squad, for the stream team to get the first round on. Flom's going to try and make things interesting here. The B-side has the Flom. Control the cave still exists, and Flom is doing a ton of damage. Now, this is an opportunity for a read. JOTA doesn't realize it, but he could just leave. They won't, though. Exit is a great spot here. Is he checked? He is checked. Freakazoid knows. Now they spring on it. Trying to find the kill, trying to answer them. Dink on, and there's the kill. There's the execution. In the meantime, Hate's been cleared out, so they will do the rotate. They will transfer their spot. They will bail on out, and Mythic are only just now going to realize, oh, whoopsie. This is an A play now.
Ooh, they're trying to go for a pincer towards mid. Not a bad idea, but Henny's already tucked himself into red room. So if he gets any audio cues, this will be really problematic. I don't think they will. So now there's going to be...
Oh, this is so cheeky. Henny. This is so cheeky. They're going to think they're in towards the back of site and aim in. Henny's going to have the blindside shot, and he's going to execute it perfectly. Now it's all on to twice. 1v2. Out of position. The kit is in front of him. He can grab that for sure. But he's still in motion, and now he's going to start to get tapped down. They know they've got him off of it. They know they can harass, and that's all they're looking for. They pushed him back. Twice has to give up the pistol round.
He just saves the armor. So MIBR will take it. But man, was it hard fought. A couple of laser beams coming through from Flom to keep things viable for Mythic. And then afterwards, a 2v2 almost comes through for Mythic, but the thing is, they didn't realize that Exit was tucked in there and was able to come through and do some damage. Or I think it was Henny, excuse me, tucked into red room and came in to get one into Donut. So that was really the difference maker. And after that, twice, really couldn't do much. So MIBR do indeed find that T-side round here on pistol. It was very difficult on Ancient to get your T-side going. So if MIBR has even a decent half here, they could go on to CT side and really start to take control. But I think Mythic is looking as competitive, at least based on that pistol round, as they were in the previous map. So that's the good news. Also, another thing, Mike, that's interesting is this is the least played map for both Mythic and MIBR. Mythic only one time in the last 3 months, and MIBR 4 times, and a 2-2 record for MIBR.
Fun facts with JRT.
Yes, sir. I'm always trying to bring those.
Molotov Vanish can clear out Jaguar here. Turn up the heat on the Jaguar. Turns out they don't like fire. Nades. Oh, speaking of fire, how about explosions? Hate burning. Hate's got to back away. They've taken so much damage without even seeing a player here. That's punishing. Shift in towards mid for MIBR, having dealt a ton of damage here. Now they're going to clear out Donut, and so pressure's beyond for Flom. And he gets the first. Nicely done for Flom. Cooper caught one elsewhere. Uh-oh. This is getting a little interesting. Twice on the angle. Oh! Twice! Ripper of deep shots. The hand cannon sings. 1v3. And they're done.
What?
They're out of there. Mythic have converted the force buy round. MIBR caught flat-footed.
Twice. What's happening? He's looking
Magic
incredible.
Is happening, John. Magic.
Those shots were crisp, clean, Deagle headshots. Twice, saving the day for Mythic, turning a 3v3 into a 3v1 with only 2 bullets fired and a timeout called, I believe, by MIBR to talk things over, because Mythic are playing like their feet are on fire. They are ready to rock here against MIBR and looking to take the first series of the season against the Brazilian squad. And in fact, that previous map was the first time MIBR lost a map in 5 BO3s. Actually 6 now, including this one. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So, I mean, this is disaster for MIBR. They're going to take the pause, right? They've got to try and figure this out. This is a big gamble they're making in this next round. And, I mean, I don't even know if we can show that on stream anymore. It's been banned, don't you know? But they will risk it, nonetheless. I think they've got till October 18th to keep making these kind of rounds. That's just such a tough pill to swallow here, John. That is, I mean, this is not what we expect from MIBR, right? This is
No.
a championship caliber team, and they're having major stumbles and fits here against Mythic.
I mean, we also can't forget that Mythic has players who have been at the top level at one point or another. Cooper and Freakazoid most recently. Flom a little while back, right? But still,
just a bit,
just a tad. But they're good players, very strong. You got
there's no one towards Donut. This is bad. A's open. He was the lone sentinel. They're going to try and adjust to this. Flom coming back in, but if MIBR just beat their path on towards site, there's not a whole ton Flom can do about it. Does have some sightlines with Cooper, so Mythic have adjusted to this, but Cooper's his vision seems to be blocked. So you want to try and go through, that would be risky. Definitely considering the possibility. He's been tagged up. Bomb's going to be down. That'll be allowed. Mythic don't want to get there too early. They want to move in with numbers. Can't give this round right back. That's the thought that's in their mind right now. This is your opportunity to punish. You cannot fumble here. He's not flinching, not moving a muscle, and he's still going to delete Cooper. What a headshot there. Looking for more. Pressure on in terms of time. They need to get on that bomb sooner rather than later. And look at this rotation all the way through for JOTA. Now they know he's a threat. He can't connect until he's low, and it is just JOTA, and the bomb's been defused.
Whew. Pandemonium at the end of that round, but it is Mythic who are going to come through and get the second, sticking that defusal. Nice shot from Henny, honestly, even though they lose the round, to hold that angle and not move a muscle after the utility hits you, and then hit a wicked headshot. Man. So MIBR get the plant, a few frags come through, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be another pistol lab coming into this round. Mythic. They're not missing a beat. Here comes Hate. Thinking about pushing out a Jaguar. Great pop flash thrown by MIBR to push him back. So they have now gained that space. Freak is trying to take it away, but now they've slipped into Jaguar. Freak, of course, knows it. It's a ton of information for him. And he's hoping to punish a little bit further, but in fact just lets them stay there. All right, Freak, gonna back off. Could have trapped 3 players.
Won't know that, though. And they'll wisely choose to avoid getting potentially caught on the smoke fade, right?
Yeah.
That's the key for Mythic, is mitigating risk in this round. That's what they're trying to do. That smoke is suspect. Big old gap on the right side of it. I suppose it still does the trick, and, well, if you kill everybody, it certainly will. I mean, we're not expecting much out of this round. That collection means that there's nothing towards A. It's just the pistols. They're trying to work their way up in mid, maybe rip some hand cannon shots, but at least for now, nothing doing for MIBR. 35 seconds left. They'll try and poke into A, or B, rather. You know, the other one.
The other bomb site. Cooper should have this. No, misses. I mean, it's not really going to matter because Hate takes out Henny, and now Cooper knows that both players are here in cave. Everyone's going to clean them out. This is done. Cooper eventually connects. Freakazoid finds exit, and that is the round. 3-1 in favor of Mythic. Here comes the rifles from MIBR, though. AKs across the board will be coming through, not to mention a full util set for pretty much everyone. Only a couple of pieces of utility are missing here. Let's see if MIBR can get back to their winning ways, or if the struggles will continue against a Mythic squad that is playing out of their minds right now. Last time MIBR was on Ancient was against Team 1, and they won that one very cleanly, very easily. 16-7. Turtle top fragged with 24 and 15, had 105.5 ADR. Doesn't feel like that's going to be the same story here, at least not based on the first 4 rounds. And Cooper strikes first. Turtle goes down. Freak! Oh, a chance to punish even further, but cannot complete the spray as Birenazen manages to even things out, but it costs him a decent chunk of health.
That it does do. Still keeping the numbers even is important. That window peak can be so very deadly. And coming off the op shot, would have been out of the realm of possibility to overlook it. Pressure going to be on A. They'll focus in. Group up A main. Question is, can you kill twice? And also, do you have a smoke for Donut? Those 2 things are yes. Then bomb equals planted. If-then statements, folks. It's the basis of computers. programming. At least that's what I still remember. Also, 4 loops. Let's see what's going to happen here. Twice. Is he caught in a loop? He's blinded, that's for sure. If twice blinded, then execution should be easier. And indeed, it is. No smoke for Donut, so they are risking quite a bit. Flom could definitely make this weird. Oh, and he has. He's already struck. There's only 25 seconds to spare. They really do need to kill Flom, and they're losing bodies in the meantime. One by one, they're faltering. They're falling. This is getting so very awkward. It's all left to JOTA, and he's got no time to operate. Flom just needs to tuck. They've got a crossfire set here with Hate and Flom. He knows he has to clear one way, and he's not going to be able to do it.
Oof. That's tough. I mean, to be honest, I think one of those smokes would be better served to be thrown Donut, like you said, Mike.
I mean, it's always going to be a pick your poison on this site, but yeah,
it
generally
really
speaking,
is.
Donut is the position you have to cover.
Yeah, they did get CT and Catacombs, but Catacombs is a little less of a threat now because they removed one of the exits a while ago, so you only have to worry about the right side. I think CT and Donut would have been the better play, but that's a lesson learned perhaps for MIBR. And now they're going to eat a nade. JOTA and Turtle down to below half health. Flom perhaps going to have a field day. It gets cut short. 2 frags come through. Doesn't manage to take down Henny as well. And now Bjornezen picks up the AK and gets the headshot onto Freakazoid. Makes this viable, at least for a plant. No, the bomb! The bomb's not with them. It's all the way over towards T-spawn, and that means that probably over. Well, Turtle runs out of bullets in Tech 9, pulls out the M4, and that's not going to do it either.
Oof.
Wow.
I mean, this is so exciting for Mythic right now. I mean, considering the fact that, reminder, Flom's individual performance right now, he is 10-3. He started off the first map not getting a kill through the first 9-10 rounds.
Yeah, it was a while.
He could not get involved at all. Here, dominating. Flom is putting in one terrific performance, and he's doing much the same on Vertigo. He's a huge beast them coming through. So right now, Mythic are looking on point. They're looking polished. All the pieces are hitting, and when that happens, when a CT Ancient side is looking good, it's very tough to stop them. Just going to be a straight execute in towards B. Airburst Molly's not going to make that easier. But here comes the play, here comes the pressure, here comes the kills. It still comes out with the weight of the kills going in favor of Mythic. And control of Cave still available. Bomb's got to go down. They're praying. The spam doesn't connect, and JOTA finding Freakazoid does at least give them somewhere to defend from.
Yeah. Hate. Pushing through Jaguar. Open the spot out JOTA. JOTA exposed, and he will go down. That makes the retake much more viable. Man advantage here for Mythic. And he trades out Flom. Has been so lethal, but finally shut down without finding a frag in the round. And Mythic, they have the money. They can go for this one. They really should. Trying to put a stranglehold on this half, but Exit shuts down twice. And Hate. There we have it. MIBR finally find a second. But every single time they get a round victory, Mike, it's always so very close.
That it is. That's the nature of the T side on Ancient. You're always going to be just trying to bang one through.
Yeah.
And here, I mean, if they can get this, economy cracked and crumbled. Mythic are in a tough spot. This is a round they need to rebound. That's what they got. Heavy presence towards B early on for MIBR. Looks like they want to bring the pressure. Looks like they want to bring the presence. But Cooper is going hunting with that AWP. He's been tagged. He got one back the other way. They've both been winged. And it's going to be Freakazoid to find first blood. BRN. I've been laid silent. He's been having a tough time this half.
Cooper. Waiting in Sniper Nest. Just watching for a player that might try to sneak through Snake. But it's actually on the other end that JOTA is looking to creep on through. Right now he's just holding the space, hoping that a push will come through. But it is not. Mythic really playing passively now. They know they have the ban advantage. Don't want to force the issue. MIBR throwing some util onto the B site, but they don't have much left. They need to be careful to pace this well and leave enough for their proper execute. And they're not even sure where they're going to go at this point. Looking for a frag. There it is onto Flom. Turtle gets caught out with Exit. Twice he's going to get one. Turtle barely alive here.
He pushed all the way through A main. He's pushed into the elbow. Now they're in such a tough spot here, but do they realize what this means for the actual A site defense? Well, Twice doesn't care. He's gone through. Health or no, he's gone through. And so the question is Henny going to check this? He's spotted. Henny's seen it. Henny gets that kill. That's a massive one to find. With this controlling towards Red Room, JOTA, if he finds his first pick, This would be huge. Timing on the flashbang is good. He finds one. He's gone towards the AWP. The only player who can get here will hate now in towards the donut. But it's going to be a question of what Freakazoid can bring from the front. The health favors Mythic. And the kills do as well. All on the Turtle. No help to defend with. Just an AK. And the Dream. He'll hold the line. They will have to cross his crosshair. They've got a kit. Here comes the check. They have to know where he's at. One bullet will do it. And Freakazoid will find that bullet. Mythic. Keep it going here. Find a sixth.
Wow, what a round from Mythic. Not to mention isolating the round victor for MIBR, making things tougher for them. Thing is, for MIBR, the bomb plant helps immensely. It means they'll be able to get another buy-up through here. The bad news is they don't look very potent. That overpass performance, which is more the typical MIBR that we've been seeing map in and map out over Challenger League, has disappeared. They've gone by the wayside. Vertigo was all Mythic, and now here in the early goings of Ancient, sure, it is very CT-sided, so we have to be careful not to get too excited for Mythic at this point, but they look great. Again, it's all 5 of them too, Mike, that are connecting and contributing, which, again, needs to happen against MIBR.
Certainly does. Certainly does. At any moment, this team could punish you, and this is another one of those moments. Yeah, there's a Tech 9. Let's be honest, it's not going to limit them that much. Shouldn't do. MIBR going to bring heavy presence towards A early on. Deep util out from Mythic, but they're not going to follow it up with the aggression. They're just going to dump it, make sure that MIBR can't quickly get in, and then adjust. These spots, Twice playing deep. Freak rotating off. If they just go out A, this seems to be the read. They've detected that it's lighter presence actually on towards the site, so the util's going to come sealing out, and they're just going to go in pretty straightforward. Twice wants this fight. Got the first, but that is the Tech 9, and Twice is now blinded up. He's not burning. He will start to tick in the Molotov, and that's the execution. That's the kill they were looking for. That's what all this utility was for. That smoke is not good. There's a big old gap in it. Oh, the re-smoke better be better.
I think it is, but Freak's already slipped past.
Cooper caught one. Freak one's fast, and this is bad. The bomb is dropped. It's all on the Turtle now. That's a disaster. And MIBR, they've been torn asunder on A.
Wow. I mean, MIBR, they got the entry they were looking for. You talked about it. Great utility usage to isolate Twice and force the issue on him. The thing is, Mythic, that gap really hurt MIBR towards the CT smoke because it lets Freak see through and realize that there's no presence there. And then once the re-smoke comes through, it's too late. Freak's already past it, and he punishes for 3 frags again. Mythic looking to take this half already, and we're only in round number 10 of Ancient. Jota manages to make his way out towards mid, but MIBR looks so indecisive. That aggressiveness, that forward positioning they love to take has been absent here over the past few rounds. And now they're trying to bring it back by getting into cave, but Hate's already slipped back, and he's trying to hide into the smoke to use it to his advantage. Not to mention, Mythic have 3 players here, and a 4th might be leaning on forward. In fact, it's just going to be Freak clearing out what's happening towards mid. He wants the information. Can't see anything yet, but neither can the other 2 MIBR members who are rotating back. And it will be a full-on rotation from MIBR off the B site towards A now. They leave 1 player behind.
I really wonder what BRN's going to be able to get off of this. He throws a smoke. Yes. That's been heard. Does this pull the rotation back? He's being cleared upon. Oh, his elbow's just been spotted. He will have this kill in a second, and indeed he does. So now that the cleanout's there, now that they realize, well, no, there is no presence. Here comes the rotation. Twice. He's got 1, 2. Looking for the Mo down here. Twice just dismantling them, and there's nothing doing for MIBR. Exit. 1 final kill, but that's it. They're getting blanked out of this one. And the util won't do him in. Somehow, some way. The bullets certainly should.
And they do. Exit. Drop to dirt. And Mythic have taken this half already 8-2 over MIBR, looking to make it even better as we move forward here. Of course, MIBR were on a lighter buy in that round. They are going to bring the rifles back across the board now. But it just feels like Mythic has all the reads.
Yeah, they do. They're doing a great job of putting the numbers in sights at the right time. MIBR aren't really holding anybody here, and the problem is they haven't caused legitimate threats. towards either side, right? There's A takes have been sloppy. There's been gaps and smokes. There's been opportunities left and lost, and they haven't been good at executing. They're a little rote on it. It just causes problems. Right now,
they're lacking.
Oh, go ahead, John.
I was going to say they're lacking that assertiveness that MIBR is really known for. And it could come back to those communication issues that you were talking about, right? Not having that clear leader yet.
Could do. Could certainly do. Hate is looking for this fight. He's aggressively postured here. If they double swing him, it's going to be a tough one to clear. Better if they come into your angle with utility out. Now he's committed. Smoke's going to come down as a result. If they had HEs, he'd be in a lot of trouble. But they don't. He does.
And it does nothing.
That's fine. That's fine. He's held them at bay. He's done his job. He's held his position. Now he can back away. There's only 45 seconds left here, John. There's not a ton of time to work with here for MIBR, and they don't have a ton of utility either. They got smokes, 3 of them. They just spent 1 of their 2 flashes, and they have a single Molotov.
It's so... I mean, it's so late to take mid at this point. And
it
they do manage
to... but this is a huge spot, right?
Yeah.
Jota's got to do something with it, but it is a huge spot. He can control the rotations. Now it's about executing into this fight on beat. They're not quite looking the right way at the right time, though. They didn't expect Hate to peek gone in. That's a big kill for Jota. But there's still 2 players forced into this site. And with the time being over, they find the bomb. This could be all over. They can't do it. They can't do it. Not yet. Not here, not now. Cooper going to try his luck, knowing he could win the round. But it will not happen. MIBR finally find their 3rd round.
That's just Jota, some really good positioning, managing to get a couple of frags, catching Mythic off guard, and then the rest of MIBR are able to get on forward into that B site. They left it really down to very little time on the clock, but at least the execute was picture perfect, and they got out of that with 4 bodies standing. So MIBR get the 3rd. The problem for them is, yes, they've been winning some rounds here on T side, but every single time they get one, it's isolated. Mythic are able to shut them down in the follow-up. This one, if MIBR can get their 4th, would mean that Mythic will be on a save. So that could make this half a lot closer. And Cooper just peeks out into Jaguar, gets 1, doesn't expect the 2nd though. Now MIBR and gonna get himself a 2K. I thought Freak would be able to catch him off guard, but waited a little bit too long to go for that peek and trade.
Now the number's starting to whittle down twice, though. Twice on this flank. This time, Henny looks for it, right? They're starting to figure out the tendencies here. This is the 2nd time twice he tried to pull that trick. And now, Henny is just taking command. No mercy here. And, well, MIBR, they may be late starters into this, but with the economy now cracked, if they get 4, they can keep rolling here. I mean, you don't need that many rounds T-side Ancient to make a real game of this, to make a real meal of this. Mythic, they've done a good job of keeping the momentum going, but now it's about recovery.
Yeah. Running out of cash. That's the biggest problem here. So MIBR should have the 5th. Mythic only on 3 USPs and a couple of P250s. And at this point, you'd think they would gamble stack, but no, they're just going to push up mid. 2 players. In fact, 3 will eventually be there with the Donut player joining. Henny is good for 1. That's Freak down. Keep trying to push up. I guess it's not a bad idea to put the pressure on here if you're Mythic, but Jota takes down 2 more bodies, finds twice, only Hate left, and well, Henny's just gonna do most of the work as MIBR makes it look easy on their 5th. Wow.
Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. Utility starting to be deployed in towards mid. On both sides. This fight's going to be quite engaging. A little bit of aggression down from Mythic. We've seen them go for the window peak quite a bit here with Freakazoid. Seems like that's going to happen again, especially as Cooper works his way outside of Jaguar. This is going to be quite the fight. Cooper has given them the slip, but when the smoke fades, he's going to be watching what? Hate's now tagged. Turtle's still watching this. Cooper's seen it, but so is Turtle. He's wise to the games, and now with these players committed in towards mid, this could become very dangerous very quickly. Once the smokes are gone, this is such a tough take. Flom been spotted. I know the pinch is going to come in, but Exit's going to start to clean them up. Flom gets out. Flom bails. Hate's going to try and bring the fight to them. 2 players in cave. He's got to be careful not to get caught here. There's no way he's going to expect Hate to be tight into the corner. This could be the surprise. And Hate playing with the patience here. Playing with the patience. Going in right behind
realize
him.
it.
Trying to win everything. Has he been spotted? He has now. He certainly has now. And the execution will be there. So only 1 kill. And the follow-up is all good for MIBR. Save for Flom, to be quite frank, but he's going to go into sustained fight. And while he goes 1 for 1, that is not worth the math for them.
Oh, boy. I mean, wow. The patience on Hate was impeccable there. He just gets caught out as he's going up the ramp. Right at the top of it, I think that player over in double doors turned around, saw him, and relayed the information. It was too late for the bomb planter, obviously, because he was committed to that, but everyone else was able to recover. If they don't see him, oh man, it could have been even more devastating for MIBR in this half. But luckily, they recover. For them, they make it 8-6. Now, the question is, do you get a 9 to be able to strike back here? The buy-up's not too good. JOTA gets the opener onto 3. A second one, perhaps? Indeed, not only a second, a third. 5v2 for MIBR.
Well, how are they going to recover this one? Hating twice together, trying to find a 9th round for the team. Not looking very likely. MIBR a heck of a recovery into this half, and now we're going to get a little bit of fireworks. Certainly no sense in saving. They are gambling in towards one site, just hoping that this is where MIBR decide to test. I mean, it could be. MIBR don't have enough information either way to really make a commitment. They're playing very spread, all things considered, but you imagine they'll just group and take a site at some point. Exit's starting to clear into Donut. He's looking for that first bit of contact.
He's going to find it soon.
Yes, he will. And he's down for the count, so presumably that sends him in towards B, and indeed it does. He was the canary in the coal mine, and well, the canary's just croaked, so now it's time to find a plan. Oh, and the position from Henny's so good. He's just going to collect 1. He's going to make this impossible for them to actually get through. Twice will find the trade, but quick response from JOTA means we're about even as we head to the half.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
demons and ghosts. Cause you might find what you're looking for. You might find what you're looking for. We both know we're not the same without rock bottom.
Okay, what a recovery there for MIBR. It was looking a little dire for the Brazilian squad.
Yeah.
They run up some rounds here to make it very close and set themselves up beautifully for their own defense attack. Oh, we're getting a mix-up in mid. Everybody's here. They just want to duel. They just want to fight. They just want to shoot. And it's working out pretty good for the Brazilians. This is just going to be the end of it all, apparently. Pistols at dawn. I don't know whether they just agreed to do this in the chat. I don't know what's happening here. But what I do know is that it's 8-8.
It felt like a knife round. Just all pushing into mid. And, well, MIBR decidedly the victors there, not losing a single body and tying this up at 8-8. Not to mention, Mike, you talked about the recovery from MIBR. Not only that, they have 6 rounds in a row. So Mythic were in control 8-2, and since that point, things just not going their way. Because they don't get the bomb plant in the previous round, it will be pistols only as opposed to getting better upgrades, but they are forcing up. Jota's taking control of mid, he's gone into Snake. And he spams the smoke. That connector. Now let's see what Mythic can do. They've spread it across the map. Playing defaults here. They're looking to get a frag on an eager MIBR player who's pushing up, which they are very eager. They are already all the way up to mid, as we mentioned, and it's going to be any to strike first. Then Freakazoid gets one, almost swings for the second, but Bjorn is just a little bit quicker. Back and forth, yeah.
Major pressure on the Henny. He can't get out of the slot. He's got to shoot his way out. The flashbang's good, but the shot's better from Twice. Down goes Twice. It's even numbers. They know they have Flom back to the gate. It's going to try and make something happen here. And now, well, Flom's not getting away. That one still a little too messy for MIBR's taste.
Yeah, losing a lot of bodies and a lot of money. See what their buy-up's going to look like here. I don't think Henny can get an A1S. He's probably going to have to settle for an MP9 or from us. MP9, that's the right choice. It always is. And Bjorn is in, well, okay. I'll let him get away with it. He's good enough to make the FAMAS work. Over on the Mythic side, though, because that buy-up didn't work, they are back to the pistols. MIBR should be on for a 10th here from Mythic. Grouped up together, are trying to go for a quick push towards B. Usually, no, they want that snake control. They want to get into Cave. In fact, no, Jaguar. And Freak does get that opener, but Turtle and Brenizen get a couple back. Look at Mythic go, though. With these pistols, they're making it work. Hate drops Turtle with a headshot, and now they have a path forward into the B site and the upgraded rifles available to them. Exit has to wait for the reinforcements to arrive, and he's going to try and get a peek. Oh, that is a critical frag to find.
That's an early one. That's an early one. The problem is Jota is nowhere close at hand. They do have kits. That gives them a little bit of time, but Jota's wary about the push in. They know where Exit is. But do they expect the presence from Jota? He's coming in late. It doesn't seem like Cooper's prepared for this. Oh, he is watching. He is watching Cooper just in the nick of time. Now Exit knows where both are. He knows he's got Cooper backed into a corner. He's just going to swing. He's just going to swing, but Cooper finds the timing. Here's the footsteps, and he's got it. 3 massive kills for Cooper.
This is unbelievable. Mythic are doing really well on their T side to kick things off. They get that round. They were punishing MIBR round after round after round and keeping their economy honest. And now MIBR realizing they're in a double save situation. Say, all right, let's just full send it, get whatever we can. Hero A1S, and then you got pistols. Aside from that, man, oh man. Mythic.
This is wild. I mean, this is the #1 prime opportunity to make something happen here on Ancient. These second round resets have just been brutal. At least this was the 3rd round reset.
Yes, 3rd. Yeah.
Counting is hard. But losing rounds that they had no business giving up been really challenging for this MIBR squad. As it is, though. Ooh, there's a little spotty poo. Nade won't track. This would be the chance to get back on track. They left Henny up by the tree. Boosted up. Can play off of exit here with the one rifle. For the moment, Mythic are just taking space in towards mid. They've got Donut. This is huge. Exit's coming looking for it. But he wants the fight. He's coming into their crosshair. And Cooper will also be down on the dirt. 2 huge kills for Exit. And if Twice wants to wander out, he's going to play the smoke fade. He's looking the right direction. He's got the right read. He keeps going. He keeps going. And so that's going to be the taps on in. Now another gun can be picked up. Reinforced defense here. But the MIBR players have rotated a little bit too hard. They've gone to get the guns, and in doing so, they've vacated the site. And now Flom's coming to fill it.
Okay. So they do have the B site here. They're going to get the plant through. The question is, can they hang on? And MIBR, I mean, they were on a force buy, so they do have the armor. They're going to go in here with a pretty good kit. Challenging Hate. Hate's trying to fend them off. He can't. Exit drops in. That's a tough loss to take here for Mythic because only Flom is left standing. And
open, though. That might even matter.
I don't know, Mike.
Oh, the shot does. The shot does. What a ripper from Henny. He gets it started with a 5-7, but it's Henny and Exit all the way. The A defenders are the ones who seal the deal completely, and that is MIBR right back in control with 4 guns now saved through 3 snatched from their opponent's grips. Mythic had the chance to absolutely choke out MIBR on this map.
Yes.
And they couldn't. They couldn't do it.
I mean, they went to the wrong spot. The worst place they could go in that situation, unbeknownst to them, of course, was Donut, because that's where Exit was with the A1S and the body armor, and he gets 2. They couldn't even find the trade. And after that point, then the piss started to ring true. Twice made a bit of a mistake, overlooked the boost spot, 5-7 frag, and then the rifle upgrades were all ripe for the picking for MIBR, and, well, they managed to take one back when it looked like, as you said, Mythic had a chance to take a stranglehold potentially here on Ancient, or at least build up their lead to 3 rounds. Now, MIBR are back in the lead. Whew. Tense moments on both sides, and Mythic do have enough at the very least to get a decent buy up through 3 Galils, a Tech 9, and Cooper with the op.
A lot of utility out early on from MIBR. They're just trying to suppress this early aggression, this early space taking. Twice is once again going to be the player trying to work out of A main. It's the bulk of the presence, though, here towards B. Working this presence outside of B. Taking a little poke in. Cooper's got an angle. There's some risk here inherent. Jota could wander into the firing line. Oh, but Turtle is going to be well prepared. 1-2. Can't quite get the third. But advantage found and a nade to answer back as well. That was a nice play from Turtle. Could have been rough if he gets caught there. Instead, Mythic are rebuffed for the moment. They're going to redouble in. They're just going to focus in on B. Despite not really having a foothold, they're assuming that this might be softer because of the B players that have been lost. Or rather, just the one.
Right.
Just the Turtle. But really, it's just caused MIBR to turtle up on site.
Miranazen waiting in cubby. You're right, they are turtled up. Smoke is going to get tossed forward by Miranazen, and Jota does manage to take down Twice. Spam through the smoke, in fact, hits the headshot, keeping Mythic at bay. Hate gains the space into cave. I think he just wants to push out here. He will, and he gets the frag. Oh, the trade comes through, though, and now it's up to Flom, who will get spammed through the smoke after firing with the op. Miranazen gets the 2K, Mike, and MIBR have a 2-round lead.
And now they've got their feet under them. That's the most important thing. They've got their feet under them. They can get the util up. They have the AWP. They don't have to constantly be managing their eco. And so pause is going to come in, presumably for Mythic, as they decide what they want to do. They've got to take an eco here. There's some investment that can come through. That's even a shocking amount, frankly, for Freakazoid. But they need to get healthy with the guns. Again, it's so dang tough to take a site from a heavily reinforced CT side. You need the smokes. You need the Molotovs. You need everything you can possibly have to try and take these.
Oh, man. Mythic are so close. They can taste it here. They don't want to let this chance at victory against such a strong squad slip away, but it feels like The sand is starting to go through their fingers and hit the ground. I don't know if they'll be able to come back if MIBR take this round. I mean, look, it is just going to be a half buy for Mythic, and they'll have the rifles up after this, but oh boy. Need to see some noise made. They've been able to have some magical rounds with the pistols before, especially on Vertigo. Maybe here they can do it once more, and they are picking the right site, if anything, Mike. Henny, though, connects onto Freak and misses the second shot. Here's the chance. The gap has been made for them to push through, and there's the smoke thrown. Here they come, charging on for Jota with the A1S. Will be good for 2. Henny gets overloaded, though. Wow.
Bomb's still down, though. They got this
Yeah.
up, but the problem is the bomb is down. The rotation is on. They know they have it. MIBR don't really have to face. Dump util to suppress, but meanwhile, look at this. BRN. He's working his way through A main. We got Jota, or sorry, Turtle, back in spawn. He's playing so passive. This is so conservative on the flankers. BRN will actually get erased here. A little bit sketchy on the mechanics there. And the opportunity has now been ripped wide open. Twice hits a ripper. This is bad for MIBR. So timid on this retake. And now they're losing the bodies. Now it's all falling to Turtle. He knows where the last is. He knows where he is. He's just going to stick it. No. The op comes into the angle. Turtle needs the shot, but Twice knows he just needs to buy the time. Turtle sticking it now. He'll get the kill, but does he have time?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, just enough to do so. Twice a valiant effort there, but MIBR just squeaked this one through.
Twice was looking so good, too, with that op. He hits 2, and the third looked like it was inevitable. Turtle fell off the defusal twice, and I thought he could have stuck it like you were alluding to, Mike. But at the end of the day, he takes the fight, wins it, and has just enough time to get that round in MIBR's hands. So 12-9, Mythic made it extremely interesting, and again, they keep the economy of MIBR low. So, a round victory here could easily mean 2. And that would mean 12-11 if Mythic can get this. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1 round at a time. And this time, Mythic are going to head into A main. 4 players, their heavy presence. The 5th is going to join them soon. And they just want to try and push in and overload this A site. Jota is waiting, and he's the only one available aside from Exit. He's over in Jota, but Jota's good for 1. Not the second. Trade comes through, and here come Mythic. They want to try and get Exit isolated, and they do! What a shot!
Exit fell into the trap. He tried to re-aggress instead of just holding on to his position. That's a huge kill. That might make this possible. Turtle's going through the smoke. So risky. Wasted Molotov. Freak coming into the angle. Turtle trying to pre-fire. Messy fight, but Turtle comes out triumphant. And at this point now, this becomes a very difficult hold. They're going to need Twice to step up again. He's in the key position. He's in the linchpin role. They're coming to clear. Did he just graffiti?
He did.
He just graffitied. Okay.
It was an accident.
That's interesting. You got to imagine that was a misclick, but now he's down for the count. Gave away his spot. It's all on to Hate. They're defusing right before his eyes.
He's got it.
Hate,
He's got
Hate,
it.
He's done it. He's done it on the clock. He's done it on the time. He's dancing with the devil, but he has won the round.
Oh, and he gets the headshot with the clock. Goes down. Everyone falls. But what a round from Mythic. They pull it back and forth, each team wrestling with the other to try and get control around. But what a play from Hate. Through the smoke, spams the bomb diffuser,
John,
and ensures that on time they get it. Yes, Mike.
that
Oh,
round was about the donut player. That round was about the donut player.
Yeah,
You
he
cannot
pushed too far.
re-aggress once you've lost those sight lines. You got to fall back into donut and play for them to clear you. That's such a rough situation. Just swings back out, gets 0 value out of the position, and that's how you lose A without doing the damage necessary. I mean, the fact that MIBR were even in that is a testament to their ability to recover, but that's a massive blunder in a critical round. Henny's just killed 1 for 1, though, so it's okay. And without the firepower, John, this is going to be a nightmare to get back into.
Yeah, and it's so much harder to isolate a donut player when they hang back because you don't really know where they're going to peek from due to that pillar. So, yeah, it's just a mistake that's made. And like you said, MIBR just so good they're able to almost recover. But now Mythic are indeed going to have an 11th. MIBR, their economy was shattered, and they're looking for exits. 12-11. Mythic continues to hang in there, and they've erased the 3-round lead and cut it down to only 1 here. Will there be an upgrade for MIBR is the question. I think there's a chase on for Mythic a little bit. And Hate spots out Turtle. doesn't get the clean headshot. It's through the ground and eventually takes care of business. Cooper finds Jota, and Johannesson will fall. That's it. 11 for Mythic.
Well, now. Well, now, this is not a situation I thought we were going to be in once MIBR had established their eco, had cleared some rounds. But a scrappy Mythic team is giving them so much trouble to put them away, and now, I mean, this could be the moment. This could be the moment where it's not just about putting them away, but about even trying to keep them remotely contained. This round matters quite a bit. Pause taken by MIBR. They know exactly what might be on the line here. What does Mythic want to dial up, though, John? They've been going faster towards A. They've been pressuring there, sensing it to be a weakness. In the last few rounds, it certainly has been. Do they throw the change up, or do they stick with what's working?
I think you stick with what's working, honestly, because it's been so very effective on those hits on the A side. And actually, that time it was called by Mythic, Mike. They wanted to talk things over, surprisingly. I agree with you. I thought it was going to be MIBR, but Mythic wants to make sure that this next round comes through and is a victory in their favor. Great nade toss by MIBR. Turtle trying to peek around with the MP9, but he doesn't get the first strike. It's actually Cooper. Turtle's kind of isolated here. Has to be careful. Good
that's the bomb. That's the bomb.
There in support by Exit, and indeed, that is the bomb at the feet of Turtle. Twice gives his team the man edge, but without that bomb, oh no! Turtle jumps forward. I'm not even sure why. Maybe trying to get the AK, but he eats a nade.
Almost looked like he thought he could pick up the C4. I don't know what happened there, but that is an unfortunate moment. It could be the clear back in. Henny's taking space in towards mid. The problem is Cooper's already worked his way through. So Jota, you are in a really tough spot, my friend. He gets an inkling, but he thinks he's just checked it. And, well, he's gonna find one. Not anymore. This is a disaster. Henny has to save this AWP. This round is lost. Mythic are going to bring this to 12 all. Mythic do not know how to say quit in this series. After getting absolutely bodied on map 1, they rallied on Vertigo, and now they're making a real go of this T-side Ancient.
Oh, unbelievable stuff. Once MIBR hit 12-9, I thought they were going to hit their stride, Mike, and just start sailing forward and finding the rounds that they've done so many times before. But, man, Mythic winning that pistol round, I talked about it. It was so important for them to try and find something out of it, and getting the round victory was crazy. Now they find themselves tied up once more. Henny desperately trying to save the op, and he will be able to because Mythic's not really chasing. So, op saved forward, but that's pretty much all they're going to have in this next round.
And this is the third round in a row for Mythic. So this is really starting to get abysmal for MIBR. Their bank is drained. Their loss bonus is at least built up. But the question is, what can you do in this round? Because it's really about the next one that we're going to focus on. But the next round is going to virtually decide the map. So what can you do here to maybe try and forestall that situation from ever occurring? Henny going to get frisky in mid. They know there's one op out. And now they definitely know there's one op out. And they know where it is. Do they try and go fast off the response? Not yet. They're a little spread.
I really love the decision from Henny to back off immediately because he realizes, yes, they know there's only an op in this round. They're probably aware that our economy is not good, so he's trying to keep that op in play on multiple parts of the round, multiple parts of the map, and be very dynamic with it.
They did bail out of the A take. That would have been a well-defended site from MIBR, but instead it's going to be the pressure in, and the rotations have been perfect. There's every Brazilian here except for Jota, who's now working his way along the flank. So if this hit does wind up coming through for Mythic, it's going to be tough. Cooper making a little presence in towards mid, and actually, Jota might find the gun on his long walkabout. May have also been disposed of. I'm not actually sure. Hasn't found it, but Henny is here. How is the op still here? How is it always where they need it to not be? It's all on the Flom. Catastrophe has struck. His teammates lie scattered in the dirt. The bomb is down and dropped. And Flom is now being encroached upon by the flank. Jota will put the dagger in his back, maybe literally. He'll do it with a bullet at the very least. Give him that honor. But Mythic, they were right on the precipice of glory, right on the precipice of shattering this MIBR team, and they could not do it.
Just took an up and a Henny. Wow, great opener, and then he rotates around. The read was phenomenal from MIBR. I'm not sure what tipped them off, but they all rotated towards the B site. Henny finds himself a second, even gets the shot through the wall, I think, into the leg to do more damage before he ends up falling, but that was more than enough for the pistols to take care of the rest. And now MIBR, in the most unlikely round, come out and get a 13th, ending the 3-round win streak for Mythic. Thing is, Mythic, they built up the economy, so they will have another crack at it to try and get tied up again. And of course, for them, they want to find the lead. But MIBR, because of the fact that 4 players survived, 4 rifles for free. In fact, 3, because of course they had the op already. So 3 rifles are free. That builds up their economy and means even if they lose this round, it'll still be a very good buy coming through after this. Oh man, is this getting interesting?
Interesting indeed.
I love it.
It's pretty darn wild. Aggression going to come in towards mid. The only presence watching this way is going to be Exit and Donut. So this finishes A. This could get pretty spicy. And there's presence in A main as well. Henny completely focused in on that one. Trusting his Donut player. Give them the space they need. But one of these B players may need to rotate back to address mid. That's exactly what's going to happen. Exit's now got the spot. Henny is so dedicated on the shot, but that's not going to land. The second foray, no. Twice has got it. Twice is good for it. Exit's been overwhelmed. This is such a tough spot. It could turn into the save, and it's just BRN who's left. He's got to do it. He needs to back away. This is too much of an ask. Too much of a test. And he's going to go forward into the fight, but now realizing the situation, he's out of here.
Oh my goodness. These A hits from Mythic are unreal. They are picking apart the defense that MIBR is throwing their way. The Donut player is not able to do really that much damage. The player on A site as well. It's just unreal how well Mythic played them. Not to mention twice. I mean, he's baiting out the shots from Henny, knows the op is around the corner, and then after a second one missed by Henny, peeks around, gets the perfect headshot. You couldn't ask for more on the entry into A.
You really couldn't. Whoa.
This is crazy.
It is. It's right down to the wire. And MIBR are willing to do this dance. They're willing to do this dance with death. They're all the way in. All the way in. They had the cash to make it happen. And he can even put armor around this AWP. The pause comes in, though. From which side, I do not know at this point. But
it is MIBR, Mike.
It's madness on both ends.
Yeah, I think the timeouts are nearly completely spent at this point. Mythic have used 1, 2, 3 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken, and MIBR have used 2. So Mythic has 1 more. MIBR have 2. We'll see if that comes into play at any point as we move forward here.
Not too many rounds left to use them. Unless you want to save them for OT.
I'm usually the one to say OT, Mike, but this time it was you first. All right.
I mean, the way this is going, it's just a tug of war. But I will say that is a timely pause by bit, right? This is the round. Yeah. If you win here, you can forget about all of it. Just take the dub. Just roll through. Everything's fine. Look at the demo later. If you lose here,
it's A again.
Best case scenario, perhaps. It does seem like it's coming A. And he's got the lineup. That was nearly a collapse. Half a second later on the spacing, but they do get the trade instead. Now it's a great situation for Mythic. They're just punishing in. They're just going fast. Utility's starting to choke on through. Oh, taps aren't good. Taps aren't on. Flom's getting his bomb planted on the corner. And Cooper's gone forward for one more. Now a man down. MIBR have a decision to make. Are they going to risk this? Or are they going to back away?
Mike.
They're going to concede. They're going to give this up. Mythic are pulling into the lead. They have 14 rounds.
Oh, goodness. I mean, look, the hits on the A site are incredible from Mythic. They continue to isolate Henny, and I'm surprised Henny's playing so aggressively close to A main exit. But either way, he gets one and immediately traded. The thing is, MIBR should be making an adjustment at this point. A has been abused round after round after round by Mythic, and they only have that one player there in the donut presence.
It's odd to me as well that they keep putting Henny in one and done spots with the AWP.
Right.
Right? Like, I get he's a really good, fast, flicky combat operator. He's very good at those angles. But Mythic know you're playing that, and they're exploiting it, right?
They're ready.
Shift him back in towards the tomb so he can get a shot and drop instead of getting a shot and literally dropping dead.
Yeah.
There's other ways to play that. You can play him back in spawn. That's very common for teams to run, where you get a little bit of cover afterwards. It's definitely become a noticeable tendency, and Henny's gonna go right back to it. This time he's just got a P250 though, so not a lot to show for it. They're saving so they can play for overtime. Not where this MIBR team thought they were going to be at this point in the series. They probably thought they were going to be in bed already.
Probably. I mean, they are saving, yes, but
JOTA.
they have the rifles, Mike.
JOTA doesn't have a fight. That's the elbow spotted. Cooper, though, quick on the trigger. Quick on the shot. What a fast reaction. Freakazoid can't find another. And his gun may actually go the way of the enemy. Clear it out. Hate could punish. He's not going to just yet. Nothing better of going for the gun. Too big a risk. So they'll back away. And they're actually full rotating.
Really?
Ooh. Well,
That's
here's the logic, right? Is we've shown presence here with the rifle. Rotate off. They'll go to the softer site. But Mythic are not taking the bait. They're redoubling their efforts towards B. They're fully focused in here. And now it is just the rifle that's been left. It's just BRN. And he's quite wounded. He's in towards cave. If they come his way, he might be able to get a shot and isolate these fights. That's what they're hoping for. He hears all these footsteps. The rotation is on. But BRN, he's not able to get the first. Not at all. Not at all. Disastrous here. Desperate spams through smoke to try and get this in. There's only 20 seconds, but that is plenty of time for what Mythic need. They are getting this bomb planted. There is no issue with that. And now MIBR again with 2 rifles held. Do they want to risk this?
Pull them back.
Or are they going to play for overtime? Exit can certainly risk it. Exit can certainly try, and that kill might coax them back forward. They don't have a kit, though, John, so if they're going to do it, they got to do it now. There's a kit in cave. Can they get to it? That's a different ask. That's a different question. Now the shots on. The trades are there. The reload needed, though. Time is getting short. Time is getting very short indeed. What a clear. What a play on in. They're going to start to get on the bomb. This man's going to be here. Hate is holding the angle for the full 10 second. He's done enough. He's done plenty. Series point secured for Mythic.
Oh, man, look, I mean, MIBR had the full loss when it was coming through, so it totally makes sense to go for that in hindsight. But 15-13 in favor of Mythic. You are right, Mike. Series point for Mythic against MIBR. Let's not forget, MIBR has literally not lost a map before tonight in ECL. Mythic takes that off of them by beating them on Vertigo quite handily, in fact. And now might even win the first series. It's the last team I would have expected to be the one to upset MIBR, but maybe I shouldn't say that because Mythic's always that dark horse. Oh boy, JOTA's going to toss that smoke on forward, and Cooper's going to get pushed back. Freakazoid connected on tag down to only 5 HP, and Turtle gets the first one on Freak. All right, 5v4. MIBR have that man advantage that has been very elusive over the last few rounds. Oh, I need to win 2 just to push this one to OT. Otherwise, Mythic will take it.
Mid presence being taken here by Mythic. They're creeping on through around the corners. It's JOTA who will greet them. And Cooper's coming hunting with that. Oh, and he's going to find his prey. A shot lands. And the numbers are brought back in whack. Exit's in a real tough spot. He just got more into the fight. He's got what? He's got 2. He's got the bomb. Okay. All right. And they know that Hate's not close by. They trade out twice. And now they can play with the clock because Hate has to rotate. Has to rotate in. What is Henny doing here? What is Henny's plan?
Not sure. Maybe he's hoping that he can catch Hate off guard once he grabs the bomb and tries to plant. I mean,
seems to be
certainly
the play. Just make sure the wrap isn't coming through. He's trying to buy time for Turtle to get in. That's what he's trying to do because now Turtle's coming in on the backstab and Henny can work together with him. He's thinking about just going through. He is likely going to get this plant. But not even that. No, that is denied. So no attempt at this last round, and the money's actually somewhat drained here. Mythic, one more to put this away. But MIBR, they've been late to the fray. They've been late to the start. They've been slow into these halves, but they are looking to close here.
That's just a huge individual effort from Exit, right? He's playing in Donut, decides to take the initiative and go aggressive on the fight, and it works out better than he probably even expected it to. Okay, and then MIBR are able to close out the round. So here we are, the full 30. Mythic, if they take it as mentioned, series over. If not, we're headed to overtime. Seen a lot of OT so far here in Challenger League, and Turtle is hoping that this is going to be another one. There's 1-2, and the third, the 3K comes through. Nothing Mythic can do here. Flom is dropped as well. Cooper, the last one standing. It does indeed seem like OT is looming, and Cooper will at least get one to keep hope alive for a moment.
But a moment, a wisp of a moment. We're going to overtime.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Okay, a little bit more CS needed out of a series that was looking like it was going to be very one-sided. Instead, we're getting more rounds on the third map on the Decider. Reminder, MIBR, an undefeated team. Mythic, a winless team in this season of Challenger League. And the world order could come crashing down because it was Mythic who found the map point. on their T side of Ancient. Nothing I know or expect is happening today here, John. But BRN is looking to restore some sanity. He can't do much, though. The madness creeps back in the form of hate.
I think one thing did go to expectation overpass. Outside of that, it's been absolutely crazy, and I think it is the twice effect. It's just he was added to the team, and this is why he's been very solid for them since Vertigo was looking great here, especially on Ancient, opening up so much space for the team on the entries on T side. And well, they did lose Freak to open things up, but at least goes down. That said, Jota is going to get the trade onto Twice. Turtle waiting, biding his time, hoping that someone pushes into his crosser, and that's exactly what will happen. Hate goes down by the wayside. Jota peeks into Cooper, and now Flom, the last one standing.
MIBR right now wondering why they couldn't get more of those rounds in regulation. The answer is that their B defense has actually been very solid. It's the other side of the map where things just tend to fall apart. Which is intriguing. Yeah. This round is going to be wrapped up with a bow, which is a question of how long Flom stalls us out here. And the answer is not much longer.
Yeah.
Third kill for Jota. That's nice. A nice way to start off your OT. And a lead for MIBR.
Yeah, that's 3 rounds in a row now for MIBR after fending off Series Point twice in regulation. Back to their winning ways. Mythic didn't really get much done in that round, so let's see if they can bring it back here. It's going to be 4Ks in the off once more. Molotov going to get tossed immediately down the B ramp, and that will fend off Mythic. Good nade toss, too. Flom and Freak on the receiving end of that one. Renizen has already tried to push himself up in towards Jaguar, but the thing is, he knows that there are players looming around that corner, so instead of trying to force the issue, he backs off, tosses the smoke on board, gains the information as well, but he gets spammed through it. Freakazoid, the opening frag in the first 40 seconds of the round, and now Mythic, an opening to go into B. What will they decide to do is a question, because they have a lot of time.
Flom. A huge pick here, but the bodies come back the other way. It's down to the 2v2. They've got the sight, though. They've got the sight. The bomb is going down. And Exit's going to go through the smoke. Oh, this is such a risk.
Oh, that's a nice play.
He's been given the space, though. He has the space. He has the room to rumble. He's bringing the pressure right into Cave, and he's got the shot on Hate. All on a Freakazoid now to defend this. Exit shouldn't be difficult to clear, and Freak will take what he's given. He's thinking about making the patient play, but he decides, you know what? Let's just make this happen. Montana, he's got him. Freakazoid evens up the scoreline. 4 massive kills for the entry star.
Unbelievable. Freakazoid pulls that one back, and I mean, look, Exit just didn't expect a double stack in Cave, and he was looking right towards ramp, was fully convinced that Freak was going to come from that direction, and Freak gets the freebie. Like you said, he was waiting to be maybe a little more patient, hoping that a second target would be spotted, but he says enough's enough. Make this a 1v1, and afterwards could not get cleared out. Now he's going to look for more entries, and look at him go! He gets a 2K lineup. Exit and Jota fully flashed. Credit to Cooper for some great utility usage. Now Henny's trying to pull it back, but he can't. Only one and done. Flom and Hate, they get 2 more to their names. And Turtle is the last one, Mike. That was just an explosion by Freakazoid into mid, and Mythic probably going to take this first half of OT.
I love it. Everyone's looking a little bit sleepy, and Freakazoid just injects the energy on in, goes forward, and conquers. Mythic are looking like the more dynamic team at this point.
Yes.
And now they've got so many rounds to put this away on their defensive side. They need 2 of the next 3. For MIBR, all 3 to take the dub, or 2 to sustain here.
Ah, man. That's vintage Freakazoid right there.
Absolutely. It's a huge piece of what he delivers for this team. It's just that insane entry ability. The ability to stride into any place on the map and find a kill or two. MIBR, once again, having to try and bring this back. Staring at a deficit, and this time they got to do it on their T side. Took them a while to get started in the first half.
It did.
Let's see if they can find their footing a bit quicker now.
Yeah, it was 8-2 for Mythic before they really got going. Nade's gonna get thrown by Mythic, who are playing a little passively here towards mid. No, there we go. There's the usual aggression that we saw from them on their CT side.
Oh!
And Cooper finds Bjornesen through the smoke. In fact, that's a 5v4 in favor of Mythic. He's going to back off towards the B site, realizing the advantage is now theirs. Let's wait for MIBR to come to us.
ERN, his poor little hands just stuck through the smoke.
Yep.
The body they were attached to has been removed. Spotted the player in Jaguar. Smoke will go down. Block Henny's vision. Now they know the ops confirmed. That means there are 2 players in Jaguar. That's a lot of information for the CT side to operate off of. And it seems like they're going to try and fight in towards mid. This is a really tough spot for Flom. He gets away. Oh, that could have been bad. That could have been very bad. Losing Freak on the other side of it meant that this defense was tough. Twice. I'm going to throw flashbangs just to keep him here, but it's the rotation towards B. And the double push here, that's quite spicy. Henny collects on the first. Will they read the second player here? Henny's trying to clear it out. He's got the idea. They're all rotating in. This site is ripe for the pickings. Mythic in a tough spot. Flom will try and work his way back in, but I don't even know if this is a possibility. It's looking all MIBR all day. And it's just going to be Flom completely isolated, needing to make a hero play to deny this. Oh, he's got it, though. The bomb's now dropped, and the rotation can be on. Twice is going to be a little late into this, but Twice has a chance to take this round.
Oh, man, if Twice went faster, it would have been so much better. But what a play by Flom to get the 2K. And now Twice still a chance. Jota's not expecting it, but no, he still is quick enough to take down Twice. And Mythic will fall. MIBR tie things up at 17. And we're back where we started at the beginning of this OT. 2 rounds left in the second half of OT. If they're split, it's double OT. If one team sweeps away the rest, then we're done. Oh boy. Back and forth we go.
Back and forth we go. Neither team can separate.
It's crazy.
It's the story of our life here in Challenger League.
I've said that a lot this match, but again, like, I'm just
this is not
unusually shocked by this.
Not aligning with our expectations for this series.
Yes.
But Henny looks to restore our faith in MIBR. Ripper of a shot early on. Speaking of dynamic players who change the complexion of their team, Henny is definitely one. That AWP is fierce. You know who has gone missing through a lot of this series, though? Is BRNazan. I have not been massively impressed. He's not been able to find a lot of space. He's not been able to find the kills. He's not been able to show what we know he can do. Yeah.
Only 1 frag and 34. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, just in overtime.
No, not. That's a glitch. But
he disconnected, reconnected.
Yeah,
but
he really has.
Cooper, what a shot! Cooper looking for the last as well, trying to clean up Jota. He misses it though, and Jota will be there for the punish. Now it's looking prime for MIBR to find their own series point. It's just going to be Flom who tries to deny the Molotovs, forcing him further into the angle. Henny's posted up. No way he's missing that one. Just left it Twice, and Twice actually has to save.
I think he can get a frag here at least.
Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
I know.
He should be saving. I mean, it gets him an AK. That's nice, I suppose. But in a 1v3, it's 12.5K in overtime here. Cooper could use a drop. If Twice lives, they can drop an op. But he's going to try and fight forward. Turtle taking the duel with him, just buying time, knowing that the clock's the most valuable thing that he has here. His life is meaningless. The player's working through mid in the meantime. Well, it's a cheeky attempt at the fake flash for Twice, but I don't think this round's in doubt just yet. Flashbang over. Good reads. Could just get on and stick. Problem is,
There's no time.
They're not going to let him.
Yeah. Henny comes in on the flank, takes care of Twice, and MIBR are on to map and series point, finally, for the first time. It was Mythic before this that had the opportunities, and MIBR fended off those chances, but it looked good here on their T side in OT. Match pause going to be called. Last one being used by Mythic? No, it's actually MIBR using their third mic. Kind of surprised they called it because everything's really been going their way here.
Better make sure of it, right? They've
I
gotten
guess
ahead of
so,
themselves
yeah.
before. You got a chance to finally put this game to bed, to finally
Right.
make good on what you expected right when you got out of the server from Overpass. So let's make sure that this round goes to expectations. That's what Bit's probably thinking. But let's see. Mythic have defied expectations at every turn. They have been the plucky underdog again and again and again. And they're looking to do it one more time. Or more specifically, like 5 more times. But you know, that's getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
In for more overtime is what they're looking for. Twice.
That's...
It's going to be under pressure. There's presence in Donut as well. That'll be Freakazoid to rotate back in to support him, but it's Twice who's the first hurdle to overcome, and this hurdle is not going to trip them up. It's on to Freakazoid now. Utility going to start to sail out. A smoke in. He's going to go ahead of it. Wants to fight. I don't think that Donut smoke is good. I don't think that's good at all. They all line up for Freak. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need the smoke. He's ahead of it. And he has just single-handedly dismantled this A-side take. MIBR have struggled here on A. Struggled in defense. Struggled in their takes. It's been a massive vulnerability for them. And that's not changing anytime soon, it seems. Disastrous for MIBR. Can they drag this round back in, or are we going again? Are we going for more? Because it's looking like it might be time for overtime, too. 50 seconds on the clock. They are going to attempt it. Exit and Henny to reel back these kills, reel back these numbers. Utility sailing out now. Peek out of the first. That's the first one cleaned up, but it costs to exit most of his health. And he's creeping around. No one from Mythic wants to move. They're stuck still as statues. Hate wants to play off of the contact of the 2 Donut players, and well, they're coming to the crosshairs, but they want to clear him out first. Henny has isolated this. That's that kill in. Now the smoke is up. That blocks the vision. 20 seconds to still operate with. This is turning disastrous. It should have been a sure thing for Mythic. They had all of the numbers in the world, but instead, MIBR have brought this back. To being in doubt. Mythic have to battle past Henny's crosshair, and they've got 2 smokes to do so. They're just going to face. They're just going to swing. It's down to Flom. Just one last Flom trying to keep them in this game, and he will not be able to.
No way.
MIBR, they do it the hard way. They do it the tough way. They do it against all odds, but they convert the 4v2 at the end to bring us through, to do it in overtime, to take the dub and continue their undefeated season.
I was convinced we were going to have double overtime there. That 3K from Freakazoid was fantastic. He lines them all up. He served up the round on a silver platter. And then Henny comes through and just shoots through that platter with the op bullets time and time.